I would say. I think the Yankees take it, but right now, you know, Toronto started out 5-1 last year, ended up having a terrible season. So I'm not on the bandwagon with Toronto, but I think as long as Teixeira does his normal procedure when he becomes a summertime player,
right,
and with their lineup, I think they're going to give Boston trouble. But I do like the pickups that Boston have made. So I see the Yankees winning the AL East and Boston taking the wild card there.
Okay. Now, Nathan, let me get to you on the AL West. This has kind of been a topsy-turvy league, not exactly going the way it's expected. Now, like we said, first week, but talk to me about it.
You know what the heck? I'm gonna go on a limb. Rangers are gonna win that division.
Okay.
Their hitting is amazing with Elvis Andrus, Nelson Cruz had a bunch of bombs last year. They have Vlad Guerrero, who hasn't really done anything, but you know he's primed for later on in the year. You know they're kind of getting him ready for later. Neftali Feliz is, in my opinion, one of the best closers that nobody's talking about if he stays in that role. And if they can go out and get a dominant pitcher near the trade deadline, they can be, hands down, be legit in the playoffs.
You like Feliz, huh?
Oh, I do love Feliz.
So you're mad they didn't pick up Lackey, huh?
A little bit. I mean, I don't see Lackey as a dominant pitcher. I mean, I think you have to go out and get a 20 to 15 win starter. Like Cliff Lee would have been perfect. They should have made a play for Cliff Lee. They have so much farm system, young prospects. Why not? You know, give one of those big batters away. Give a Hamilton away. You know, I mean. Okay,
that's an interesting point of view. Yeah. But we'll run with it. Now, Arn, last division in the AL. Talk to me about the AL Central.
The AL Central is interesting. You know, Minnesota made the big sign with Joe Mauer. They look good too. The bullpen looks really good as well.
Their new field looks good.
Yeah, Target field.
The only thing I really like about the Central is I like Detroit. I think Detroit is hungry from last year. They got their heart broken. You know, obviously they're not doing so well. You know, economically, and so they had a lot of eggs in the basket with them winning, doing well last year, and I think they're ready to pick right up back up where they left off. So I think maybe Detroit in the long run takes the division, but Minnesota definitely is making the run right now, and I don't know what's going on with the White Sox. I guess they just don't want to play this year.
Jake Peavy went to the wrong team, didn't he?
Ozzie Guillen is a problem.
It's Ozzie being Ozzie, as they used to say. Now, all right, I'm just going to stick with you, switching over to the other division, the NL West.
The NL West? Oh, man. I can't believe what San Fran's doing. I think it's going to be between San Fran, Colorado, and L.A. Unfortunately, I'm not going to side with L.A. as you, Grant. But
how do you? I can't wrap my head around the fact that you don't think L.A. is going to be up there.
One word or two words: Manny Ramirez. Oh, no, I just don't think the chemistry's there. Something's just there's no heart there. There's nothing breathing fire over there that wants to win to me. San Fran's on this they already got great pitching, and I think they just, now that they see they can win, that they're starting to believe. All they got to do is take Colorado out. I don't think Arizona's going to do anything, and LA may make a run, but I really think San Fran, they're starting to want it, dude.
Colorado is definitely going to be a team to be reckoned with.
They remind me of the Rays. They really do. A young team that nobody really talks about. Like I can't even name 5 players other than Tulowitzki on the Colorado Rockies, but yet they find ways to win. It's just amazing.
They do.
I think they had their chance last couple years.
I think that they can make another surprise again this year. Now, Nathan, let me go to you, the NL East.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna say Philly. Philly. You can't go wrong with Ryan Howard.
Pick.
I know. I go with the homer pick. But honestly, when you look at these teams, Florida's one of those teams that, again, nobody really talks about. Hanley Ramirez is one of the best hitters that is underrated, in my opinion. If they can just get some pitchers and stop trading away their players, they could be a legit team.
How do you say Hanley Ramirez is underrated when he's like the consensus '2 fantasy pick?
Well,
all across the world?
Fantasy gurus have different things from regular view. I didn't even know who Hanley Ramirez was until last year, until I really watched him play. So that's my rebuttal.
There you go.
Atlanta, another talented team, very young. Mm-hmm. Jason Hayward, a lot of comparisons of big name players to this guy. First ever at bat, 3-run jack. That's a good sign for Braves fans. Washington, Strasburg, that's about it.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Washington is no longer the worst team in the league. I think the Astros are. Now, Aaron, talk to me about the NL Central.
Man, this right here, this is my favorite division. I'm having a blast watching this division. It's already drama. St. Louis is just picking up right where they left off, especially Carlos Pujols. I mean, you've seen what he's doing.
Albert,
excuse me. Wow. Yeah, Albert. And what I'm really surprised with is Milwaukee. I thought they do better. I know it's early in the season, but I don't like them starting off this slow if they want a chance to take over that division. That's a tough division. Cubs, I guess they're going to just hang out with the White Sox and do nothing this year.
Chicago's a down team.
Yeah.
But we had talked earlier about the Cincinnati Reds being a sleeper. I do like that pick as a sleeper. They've done a little damage. I want to continue to see what they're going to do. But I really like St. Louis. They're clicking on all cylinders, and they don't look like they want to let up.
Yeah, Matt Holliday's pickup was amazing. That was the best move they could. Perfect sidekick for.
Well, I guess keeping him around was also the best thing they could have done.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate all your insight on the MLB talk, folks. That is all we have. Just a little bit quick touch coming up in June. We all know about it. South Africa is hosting the World Cup. It's sure to be one of the best World Cups ever. I mean, you have a bunch of guys at their prime. You have Lionel Messi for Argentina, Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal, Fernando Torres for Spain, Landon Donovan for the U.S. It's going to be one great World Cup. I know that I've watched the past two, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to seeing how the rest of the Major League season plays out. Folks, like I said, this is our last show. Hope to see you in the fall. For Aaron Wolf and Nathan Castro, I'm Grant Levinson. A big shout out goes out to our crew. We'll see you next year on Texas Nation.